Hello. Hi, I'm Athena, and welcome to the Quarantine podcast, season 2, episode 3. If you're watching this, which you can also listen to the audio on Anchor, it's linked down below. And I'm in my room. I have a lot of energy, kind of. And I'm holding a microphone, but this microphone doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's a SpongeBob microphone. It's just yellow. And I don't know. I'm just holding it because it makes me feel more official. And just to be clear, this is not picking up my audio. It is not. It doesn't work. It's broken. But I look cool, do I not? And if you're listening to this, then just trust me, I look cool. Yes, this is episode 3, and I'm gonna be pretty chill. I don't know, I'm gonna keep using this like it's a real microphone. Eventually I will get one that works, I swear. We'll see if I abandon it halfway through. But sorry, I'm laughing for no reason. Yeah, episode 3. These are supposed to be bi-weekly, but they are not. If you're watching this the day that this is uploaded. To be honest, I just did a little spin. But to be honest, I've been pretty lazy with this podcast. I kind of forgot about it. I mean, not really, but I don't know. It's just not as engaged as season 1 was, because season 1, you can go watch season 1. It's on this channel. I recorded Zoom calls with my friends and just talked to them about their experiences in quarantine. Hence the name, the Quarantine podcast. So this season, I wanted it to be more laid back, more chill, more honest, and more me. That sounds bad because it probably is. But yeah, I wanted it to just be me. I don't really have a script necessarily. Then I didn't really have a script, but I had questions. Now I just have topics, just so I kind of stay on track. But I don't really. Also, I'm editing the podcast. This is a camera, a real camera. No offense to Zoom, but I'm recording it. And here's a microphone. Doesn't work, but we're getting there. Oh my god, I had a light set up. I didn't not even turn it on. So we have a light. It's not on, but again, we're getting there. And by we, I mean me. And hopefully you're just along for the ride. So yes, the last season, I don't know why I'm recapping this. If you already watched last season, I'm sorry. Thank you, though. Love you. Mwah. I talked about what was happening in the news, and yeah, I just asked my friends, and just I'm not a valid news source, obviously not. But let's just get into a little bit of what's been happening. It's been a little bit. In the world, a lot of people are getting vaccinated. I got vaxxed about 2 weeks ago. I'm getting my second vaccine tomorrow, by the time I'm recording this. And I'm probably going to make an episode about it. Probably a short one. I might interview some of my friends who's also got vaxxed, because I think it's very important to talk about it. Because people might be scared, but I don't know. I had a whole reasoning, and then I kind of just forgot it, so yeah. But I think it's important to still talk about it. I was maybe going to combine it, wait a day, and wait, and just combine it with this episode. I don't really know why I didn't, but just honestly I don't have that many ideas. Well, I didn't have that many ideas for the podcast. And then I got a bunch of ideas at 3 a.m. So thank you for that to my night demons who give me ideas. Is that how that works? I don't really know. The next kind of news that happened, well, that's kind of globally. Let's circle it down to me. My dog turned 10, so I think I might have mentioned that in the last episode. I might have actually filmed episode 3, but I just never uploaded it because it was just bad. I talk a lot. But these podcast episodes are supposed to be kind of shorter, 40 minutes, usually. Trying to be. My dog turned 10, Ajax. He's not little, but he is just the light of my life. Just kidding, I don't know. He's a good boy. He's such a good boy. He turned 10, so everyone wish him a happy birthday, Ajax. I might have actually done that a while. His birthday is April 9th. So, yeah. Might have uploaded a podcast in between then and now. But he turned 10. I think it's huge. Double dig. I'm used to that. Been double dig. That's not even a thing. Whatever. Also, just for me personally, I'm about to say I'm graduating. I am not. My brain is just like already there. I have finals next week, so I'm like done with school, so hopefully more podcast episodes. And also I have a main channel, by the way. Also, speaking about the podcast, you can email me if you ever have any ideas or want me to talk about anything in the episodes. Please email me. It's at AthenaRateThisPodcasts@gmail.com. I know it's long, but it's just my first name with podcasts with a S, because I am planning on having more podcasts on this channel. I have ideas for like 6 that I want to do by the end of the summer, but honestly that's probably not as realistic as I think, so maybe 1 or 2 more. Because this season of the Quaranteen podcast, season 2, will only be about 10 episodes, maybe more actually, it depends. If you want more episodes of this, if you like hearing me just talk about nothing, or not nothing, but ramble on and never get to my point, you can email me. So email me at AthenaRateThisPodcast@gmail.com. I feel like such an announcer whenever I say that, or like a sellout. But it's just AthenaRateThisPodcasts@gmail.com. I'm a spelling champ. I'm just gonna manifest this right now. I've got a little bit of manifesting. I don't really do that, but like, why not try, So, I just spelled something correctly, and it was my name. Yes, granted. I know how to spell that some days. They're making a 25th annual Putnam Spelling Bee into a musical. Like, it's into a movie musical. They're turning musicals and making them into movie musicals. Yeah, I don't know how to say that better. It's a little confusing. But I really want to be a part of that cast. I don't really know the show, so I feel like a dick. But I have just listened to a few songs, and my friend Matthew, shout out to you, Matthew, put me on it. So, not on it, like put me into listening to it. And I want to be on it now. So I'm manifesting that, and I think I'm manifesting this because last night, first episode of season 2 of High School Musical, the musical, the series, and I want to be on that one too. And you might be thinking like, oh, do you have any talent? No, but has that stopped people in the past? No. I mean, TikTokers. Sorry. Am I wrong? Some of them. I follow a bunch of talented people as well. But I don't think I have talent, so it's great. I think I can learn some skills. And it's good that I'm bringing up TikTok now, because I'm be talking about fake famous and kind of like social media in general. And yeah, so let me just finish this thought before I segue into that. Yeah, I'm just manifesting being in like some musical show or movie or everything, please. Hire me. If you're a casting director, hire me. This might make me sound kind of desperate. And speaking of desperate, but I kind of want to manifest that. So I'm gonna put that out there. If I want to be on like season 3 of High School Musical, the musical series, or maybe season 4, because I'm not sure if I'm talented yet enough to do that. I started singing lessons. You can watch my episode where I talk about kind of me starting singing lessons. Not even a year ago, which is like insane. Do I think I'm that good? No. But I do work hard. I did my singing straw exercises today, in fact, so so it'd just be great. I just love that whole environment. And I was watching, like, not behind the scenes, but kind of behind the scenes of High School Musical, the musical series. I just follow the cast on my private Instagram. I'll get into that a little bit later. That sounds kind of sus, but we'll just keep going. And I was seeing the videos and I was like, oh, that looks like so much fun. And I was in high school theater, and I feel like that's kind of the vibe that everyone gets, because like they're all family, working on a show, and I feel like that's just the vibe for a show. And a movie is kind of the same. I heard someone, I forgot who said it, but movies like sleepaway camp, like over summer, because it's like shorter and you become really close really fast. I think that's it. So And then TV shows, you can have seasons, and it's like school, basically. You go away for like, but kind of, you film for like a couple months, maybe less. Then you go away, you do other things, and then you come back and you're like, yeah, I did this while I was gone. Oh my god. It's like kind of summer in that way. I mean, summer, no, it's kind of like school, but like it's kind of switched. Where like, imagine if school was only as long as the summer. I mean, that would be iconic, but that wouldn't happen. Also, just some news. I don't know why I went on that tangent. I posted a YouTube video. I'm clapping because I don't really do that. I mean, I've been, busy with school, and I decided to just make a reaction video to Gen Z. SNL made a sketch called Gen Z Hospital, and I thought it was a play on Attaway Hospital. So when I first clicked on it, and then I watched it, and I was like, oh, okay. They're just kind of like shitting on Gen Z. And I like SNL. Like, I can say that with confidence. You can have your own thoughts. I like SNL. I want to eventually work there. Please. And again, speaking of desperate, that's my whole video. Was just being like, SNL, I think it would have been better if you would have did this. You would have done that. Hire me. I don't know. But I got like a good amount of views. Not trying to brag, but like, I'm proud. Good job. I mean, I know that it's like, it's a reaction video. Like, it's a thing that's kind of like has controversy. So that was interesting. I didn't really think that it would get this many views. I have 40 subscribers now, and that's like a lot. I'm saying that with confidence. I had 33, I think, before, and I got 7 subscribers. So that's like, someone do some math. I got a lot of subscribers from that in relation to like the subscribers I had. Like a fifth, a little bit more than a fifth. Quick math. And I'm really proud. Like my friend Matthew, when I said friend, I only have one friend. It's him. And Corey, I have other friends, but anyway, kind of. I have other friends. Okay. You're my friend. If you're watching this, email me. We'll be friends. But yeah, I made the video and I got like 2,000 views, like a little more, and I'm like shocked. Like, I was like telling my mom was like, oh my god, she was, freaking out, and I was like, oh my god, I'm famous, but not really, I thought it was interesting. I got a bunch of dislikes, and I thought like that was really gonna hurt my ego, but I'm like excited for my next video, and I don't know what it's gonna be. I'm gonna film the podcast in between, and I have a bunch of ideas. It's just I'm kind of lazy. I'm doing school and doing a bunch of other things, so I just gotta keep going. But yeah, that was kind of, I just wanted to document that for like my growth on YouTube, and I'm gonna be talking about Fake Famous, so let's get into a little bit of that. So I can't get over that I'm holding a microphone and like I'm not even like speaking into it because it doesn't work. But this is good practice, because if this was real, oh, the audio would be so bad. Because I'm just gonna be throwing it around and gosh. But okay, Fake Famous. If you don't know, this is a documentary that came out on Netflix, and it follows 3 people trying to make it as influencers. I forgot their names because I'm just gonna get it wrong anyways. So there we go. Okay, I'll talk about this first guy first. Not first. He's not first. It doesn't matter. This one guy, I forgot his name. But it doesn't matter. Everyone deserves a name, but also everyone should be wearing name tags just for me, because that's why I love Zoom. I realized that I said Netflix. Fake Famous is on HBO Max. So I'm sorry. You can delete your comments now. I realized my mistake. Oops. But yeah, it's on HBO Max. Also, fun fact, if you have Spectrum, you get HBO Max for free. They did not pay me to say that. But they can. Me getting sponsors. Okay, so Fake Famous. It follows 3 people trying to be famous, and the whole point is that they're buying followers to get famous, but it's fake because they're buying followers. This first guy, he wants to do it all. This guy, he wants to. Also, spoiler alert. Sorry. If you haven't seen it, maybe go watch it and then come back. But also, like, it's fine if you don't watch it. So, this one guy, maybe I'll put a photo of him up right now. He wants to do clothing and he's like really fit and he like basically made content about going to the gym. And kind of the whole purpose was like this guy, the main guy who wrote the documentary, forgot his name, but he bought followers for all three of them. And this one guy, he bought followers and he also wanted to do a clothing line, but he was just making all gym content. So basically, in the middle of it, or kind of even sooner, he quit. And so the whole thing about Fake Famous is that I wish they did it again, where they had like more people or just kind of said something more about fame, because it didn't really have a strong opinion on it. I felt like I was just like it was a casual viewing. I wasn't like engaged fully. I mean, I'm not sure if I would do any better if I were to make a documentary similar, but hopefully I would. But I did enjoy it. I think it was a good take, and it got me thinking. Like, I still think about it, and I watched it, like, I don't know, like 2 months ago. So good on ya. Yeah, this one guy just kind of quit midway through. But I think one of the biggest successes is that he ended up going to some private gyms for free. And that was the whole point. Like, private gyms, like, they pay influencers to come in, give them a free lesson, then they promote their gym and inspire people to be. Because influencers are supposed to influence them. And people are going to watch it and be like, wow, I want to be as fit as this guy. I'm going to go to this gym. And that's like the whole marketing strategy, I guess. Marketing strategy, like I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that was one guy. He quit halfway through, which kind of sucked. I would have kind of loved to see that world with like all the bro guys, you know, people making like workout content. That would have been very interesting. But I know in his heart he just didn't want to do that. Okay, this next guy, these two people, they actually kind of followed through mainly with the whole point of the documentary. This guy, I think his name was like Wayne or Wiley. See, I barely remember names. But I'm gonna just call him the guy. Different guy than the gym guy. But he was still kind of fit. He was like working with I could be all wrong with these details, so take these with a grain of salt. He was working at the time and also trying to do Instagram, like at the time of filming this documentary. And he was just working under, I think, a realtor or something. So he had like a day job, like 9 to 5. Maybe the hours were a little bit more flexible. But yeah. And he was posting on Instagram, just trying to like become like a full-time influencer. They faked for both of them, because the other guy kind of quit like pretty early on. They had like fake things that they would set up implying that they're rich. And the whole thing about Wiley, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, sorry. I think it was very interesting because he had to kind of balance the work life and influencer. Then he had to tackle that like his private Instagram was becoming kind of like a thirst trap for the world. And it was just interesting to see his emotions change. And he got like DMs from people that know him being like, whoa, you changed. And that kind of hit him. And I live in LA. Like, I don't live in like LA. Like, there's like a difference. That people think people have this like idealized version of LA. And yes, some part of it is like that. Like, but also like it's gross. It's like, you know, I think it's the same kind of thing with New York, where people are like, oh my god, New York, LA, I'm gonna move there and be famous. And for a lot of people, yeah, that happens. And I grew up in LA, the Valley of LA, and I know it. Kind of. It's much different than like that LA culture, but I still see it. Like, you know, you still definitely see it and are kind of influenced by it. And me going to college in LA, I go to college where I live, like very local, because pandemic, and I didn't get into anywhere else, and I couldn't afford it even if I did. So, yeah, but don't very much so middle class LA, like the Valley. So yeah, there's like a difference. If you know, you know. But these people lived in LA, and I think that they're trying to play up the stylized idea of LA, because that one guy, I think was from like Ohio or something. Sorry, I just always say Ohio. So I just thought that was interesting. And like he was portraying thing about social media that's very fake, right? Like it's, you know, and keep in mind, including, I try to be more realistic about it. but like, it's also very calculated is the thing. And that was the point of the documentary, to be very calculated. And he was posting a photo of him like in Vegas or something like that when he was like working. Like, it's just completely the opposite of what he was pushing out with what was actually happening. I think that got to him. Not saying like, of course, if you're a normal human being, the pressures of social media should get to you. And like, maybe not even it'd be normal. Like, what is normal? But it's just interesting how that kind of went down, and he kind of ended up quitting. He quit like towards the very end. He only had like 2 more weeks or something like that. A couple things left to do, and he would have like finished with the whole thing. And I kind of want to touch on this point of like personal life versus public life. Like, I know I'm not even like an influencer, I'm like a speck, you know? But that's fine. I don't mind. I don't like need to be like huge. And I think I'm probably keep on saying this until I'm proven wrong, but anyone who does like social media, I feel like they have kind of an ego, or like they want to be famous, because that's the whole thing. I want to be famous. Sorry, 5 Ever. My girl's 5 Ever. That song is just stuck in my head. I want to be famous. If you know, you know. Um, but, um, that's all. That's the only thought going on in my head, is just that show. But I saw the first episode because it was free. It's on Peacock. Anyway, um, I think it's very interesting to have like the contrast between public life and private life, and I was thinking about this a lot, because I question everything I do. Question everything, you know. And I'm thinking, why do I want to make videos? Why do I want to do this? And it's like, yeah, I want to entertain people. And that's what everyone says. I want to make videos to make other people happy. And yes, I guess that's like the first thing. If you like take yourself out of it, that's what you're doing. You're inspiring others and making their life easier. You're an escape. But also, in this landscape, you're also fighting for attention. And the ones that are successful know how to manipulate. That's a good word, but maybe too strong. But manipulate the system, and like with clickbait, with like their personality, with their editing, with what have you, their flair. um and you got to be a little bit conceited, at least in my opinion, to pursue that. Even acting as well. Like, if you want to act to be a doctor, I want you to actually become a doctor and save lives. Your acting as a doctor isn't really helping anything. And I struggle with that kind of mindset all the time. Like, the world is fucked up. Like, it just is. And me wanting to be like, yeah, I want to be a writer. I want to do this. Like, why is my voice so important? And honestly, I think it's not. I'm a white girl. Not saying that white people don't have. I'm just saying I interviewed for something and I didn't get it. And I think why I didn't get it, if you know what I interviewed for, it's something with my college. And I didn't get it. And I think why is because one of the last questions is, why is it important to tell your story? Why does your story matter? And I straight up said, it doesn't. Like, this program that I was applying for is great because it uplifts people that normally don't have their voices heard, like people of color and minority groups and etc. Blah blah blah. And I applied for it because I think it's a great program because of that. And I was just thinking, like, out of everyone here, I was the only non-person of color there, and I was like, I think I said, for I don't know, I was everyone has to speak. So they were like, why does your voice matter out of everyone here? And I said, it doesn't. I could just watch TV and see myself in characters, and I think that's a privilege that I have, and I hope to change that. And they were like, girly, this is your time to like get the job. And I'm like, yeah, I could just watch like Lady Bird and feel represented there. Like, that's the thing. Or My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Like, if I wanted to see my experience of me going to a Catholic high school, I could watch Lady Bird. If I want to see my experience of being Greek, I could watch My Big Fat Greek Wedding. And I could probably name a few more. Like, if I really relate to Booksmart as well. Like, that's fine for me to like. I don't care, but give people a platform that don't see themselves on screen. Like, my ego is not that fragile where I could be like, no, all me, 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 me. And so I've been struggling with that, with like everything I've been writing and doing, and just not really struggling, but kind of just trying to put everything into perspective, to think about what I want to do with my career. Like, With now with social media, your path is not that straight. Or just like, boop. No, it can go any which way. Forward, backwards. It's three-dimensional, your career, instead of just like a line. Linear. There we go. And I think I've been thinking about that more and more, and kind of, I think the point, like in film industry, it's the people that you know is like what kind of gets you there. But with TikTok, I mean, not just saying just TikTok, but kind of seeing people's, how they made it from like started from the bottom, now we're here. That whole like thing. Um, it's just interesting because I want to uplift people too. Like that's the whole point. If you're going up, try and pull people up and bring them up. Like I'm a big fan of comedy, and I think that's what's so cool about maybe going on the road is that you get to bring people along with you to open for you and kind of bring them and get them exposure and things. Not that I'm thinking about going on tour with my comedy. I haven't even done stand up yet. I want to, but pandemic. uh, and I can't even hold a mic. This is good practice for me. It doesn't even work. But yeah, I don't know why I went on a whole freaking tangent. That was kind of irrelevant, but I just spewed out. So, the whole point, what the heck was like, okay, private life versus public life. I'm not sure how I read in public, like publicly, like on Instagram and stuff, YouTube, yeah, social media. But I hope it's pretty accurate to who I am as a person. Like, yes, people edit their photos. I don't really like edit like my body necessarily. I edit like the lighting and the I'm into photography. I'm a film student, and you have to like look good. Like that's the thing. That we're so conceited, especially on social media. But yeah, I don't think I edit that much anymore. I kind of just I've been now posting like movies that I like on Letterboxd just to like spice things up. And also, I think in a couple years, if I end up making a movie, hopefully, I just realized I was talking about comedy, and like there's two comedians behind me. That's Whitney Cummings, and that's Rosebud Baker. Boom. I'm into comedy. Oh gosh, so I love how I just never get to the point. Sorry. This I should rename the podcast to Never Getting to the Point. Oh god. But I have a private account. I'll be honest, I have 5 Instagram accounts, kind of 6. I run one for a club, but then I kind of gave that up to someone else who can just do it better than me. But I have 5 Instagram accounts, and don't try and follow me in all of them because 2 of them don't really exist anymore. I have a private account. This is the one I've had since like 2013, and there's no real point. It's private because like it's privated, so like you have to request a follow. Don't request a follow unless you know me. I have the most amount of followers on there because I've had it the most time. And I used to post when I was really young, like in middle school. Like I had like 600 posts, maybe less, maybe like 300. But it was like all cringy stuff. Like, I was like a Facebook mom now. Like it was all Minions and like Keep Calm, like Big Bang Theory stuff. It was Harry Potter. Like it was just like the weirdest collage of things. And I've only really kept like when I won an award or like I was hanging out with my friends. Because like when I was a kid, I had many different friend groups, and I kind of hated when they all clashed. But the thing about social media is that you can leverage that, or like you can just post when you're hanging out with different types of friends, because that's what you do. You post to show that you have friends, so more people want to be your friend. That's what I do. Even though my public Instagram is just all me. um, so yeah, I haven't posted at all this year on my private Instagram, because this is more what I think about if I'm going to get married. These people are going to be the first people to know that I'm married. I mean, no, I would probably be the first person to know if I got married. And then whoever I'm marrying, maybe I might marry myself. Paula Sue Sylvester. I don't know. But this is kind of what I think is important about having a private Instagram, to kind of have that separate from your public life. And even though like I'm not in any TV shows, there's no one like counting on me to have a public account. I just think it's good for the work that I want to do as an actor. There's a freaking self-tape screen behind me, and I don't think I'm the best actor. Sorry. Every time I say I'm an actor, I feel douchey about that. Same thing like being a YouTuber. I think it should be more normalized. I think it's in my head. Like, in my head, it's just, I don't know, I think I'm still living in 2016. No, whatever, doesn't matter. Yeah, the reason I have a public account is because on my private, I see people, no offense to anyone who does this, but like they're posting like photos of me, like selfies of me looking hot, and I always like, yeah, good for you. But at a certain point, I think it kind of looks conceited in a way to like pushing these content to your friends. And yes, the one people that do follow my public account are all my friends. But I never like, if you follow me on there, chances are I did not request to follow you, especially like in the beginning, maybe, but like now, no, I don't request to follow anyone on there unless like they're famous and I want to follow them because I'm gonna tag them for something. Like I don't do that. So it's like embarrassing if like one of the people I know follow that account, but it's also like wow they're being supportive because I post my YouTube videos on there because like I want to make a bunch of content and I think pushing it to my friends and family is like yes it's important as a support system to have people that will do that, but also I feel like I'm just agitating them because they didn't sign up for this. They signed up for me to post like whenever I have something going on in my life. Um, in a YouTube video each week and like random stuff. Not really that important in my life. It was just a moment in my life that I choose to highlight. And then, I don't know why I'm going too much into this, but the reason I think having a private Instagram is good because I want to have a private life. I think anyone who's in the public eye deserves the right to have a private life. I think one of the most like people that I can say as examples is Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey Plaza just got married and she let everyone know on Instagram and people were heated. And I was like, why? Like, it's not like you had a chance with Aubrey Plaza. No offense to anyone but like being realistic. How many people are in the world? 7 billion? I don't know, I could be wrong. But that's a lot of people. And you think Aubrey Plaza has the same amount of pool as you do? 7 billion. I mean, some of them are younger. You just go, stop. You think she's gonna choose you? Come on. And I think it was just interesting because someone's famous, we feel like we have like control over them, like they're our Sims, kind of, in like a weird sense. Like we're entitled to them, basically, because they act in or in movies and things, and we know their face, and we feel like we know them. Anyway, that was kind of my thoughts. Why I have a private Instagram is because I want to like. I'm not sure if I'm gonna ever have kids. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna get married. I mean, right now it's not like I'm not like, oh, I gotta get married. Like, I know that society has like this certain timeline of things, and I'm not sure. I think I'm a very career orientated person. Oriented. Hmm. I'm focused on my career. I can't speak, but it's fine. Um, so I don't know if I'm gonna get married. I mean, I want to kind of. We'll see. I don't know who. I almost said what, but I was like, wait, no, that's not right. Or how many kids, or if I have kids, or if I have dogs, we'll see. It doesn't matter. People change. People, yeah. And I want to have a private life for like Thanksgiving and meeting people, not just for Thanksgiving, having a private Instagram, but I want to have people privately to be my support system if like the public eye is too much for me. I mean, that's also conceited because I think like I'm gonna be someone one day. Even if like we'll see. So that's what kind of why I have a private Instagram. Just like let's say this is probably not gonna happen, but let's just say manifest. I'm hopefully gonna finish college unless like a great opportunity comes around in the next like year. But I have like 2 years left, so I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna finish it. Like why not? Um, and let's just say maybe like next summer, I film something that's really sick, like a TV show, a movie, etc. Podcast doesn't matter, whatever film. And let's say it comes out right around graduation, and of course, people are gonna be like, do press, and I'm like, girly, I'm graduating. So I mean, I just think like honoring my friends that I know from like college and trying to be a real person, is important to me because I am a real person, clearly. But having a public life is also good just for, like, just for marketing. I mean, I'm not sure marketing is the right word, but just for, like, showing your work. Like, I made a couple videos about, like, recreating the Oscars, as an example, and I posted them on my social media because I was proud of them, and, and I think that was good. I think that's good. And that's what I kind of want to do, is just promote my work on my public account. And yeah, basically, I think I talked too much about this. But I think Wiley couldn't handle that. Not like degrading him, just saying that's like what happened in the documentary. But I think it would have been more helpful if he would have made a new Instagram account, just from my personal opinion. And the other accounts I have, well, two of them I don't use anymore. One was a Instagram account I made years ago for my dog, and then I changed it to be a spam, and then I did that for a week, and then I have not posted, and that was like a year ago or something. And then I have another one that I wanted to be a spam, and then I don't post on it. Like, I think I posted like once or something. And then I have a photography account, and TBH, I have not posted there for a few months because I've been busy, and I used to, like, before the pandemic, so like a long time ago, back in my day, I was a photographer. I'm not sure if I would label myself as that. Again, imposter syndrome probably. But I used to go on, like, one month in February, right before the pandemic, or I had 8 shoots in a month. And if you're a professional photographer, that might not be that much. But me as a college student and doing like clubs and stuff, and then also like going to 8 different things to have photo shoots, that was iconic. Like, that was the most. And because I was working at the newspaper for my school, like, I was a contributor photographer, so they would just be like, hey, there's a game, can you go? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be on campus, so I'll just go. I stayed there from like 7 a.m. to like at least 7 p.m., 12 hours a day. Always around campus. I just brought my camera, carried it with me. I had some people that I knew, so I could just leave my camera there in between classes or what have you, just like for convenience. Stayed there on campus. I got in free because I had a press pass and to these games, even though they're only $5. But I'm a photographer, so I got in for free. And I took some photos, and that was a really sick experience, and I learned a lot. And I hope to do that again soon. So if anyone from there is listening, I want to work for you guys again. And I have not done anything since because I really have not really left my house. I could take just selfies of me and send that, put that in the newspaper. Yeah. So those are my Instagram accounts. I don't know why I decided to spill it all. You can follow my Instagram, my photography account, and my public account, my private account. Unless you know me, don't really follow it. I gotta really clean up that Instagram account because here's the thing. I follow a bunch of celebrities on that account because that's the one I'm usually on a lot, or I was on a lot. And I just am on it because, like, my friends DM me on there for, like, school and, what have you. And I follow a bunch of celebrities on there. And my public account, if I ever be like, oh, I follow you on Instagram to a celebrity, you think, oh, I might not know this celebrity or YouTuber, etc. I probably do. I follow like 2,000 people on my other account, and that's insane. And I should really unfollow a bunch of people because, like, why not? But my feed on that account is just the most random things, and I love it. Like, I follow Broadway people, I follow actors, I follow athletes. I follow this one account that, like, posts pictures of, like, those things? They're, like, yellow and they're, like, just a block. It's like a cylinder type thing. They're called bollards. I follow a freaking account that just posts weird bollards. Like, it's perfect. Like, that's iconic. That's what I follow on that account, and I don't want to, like, get rid of that. But also, it's just, like, messy. Like, it's just, like, I need to clean that up. So yeah. So that was about Wayne, or Riley, sorry. Him. This had nothing to do with Fake Famous, sorry. But again to the last girl. The girl. I think her name's Dominique. Yeah. Anyway, she wants to be an actor. And she applied for this, and I was like, wow, she like seems like a good person, good for her, good job. And she was like, I want to be like the next Meryl Streep. I don't remember if she said that exactly, but she probably did. No tear shade. I think everyone loves Meryl Streep. I like Dom. Her. She's great. So she was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this because I want to get into acting, and I think that is iconic. I don't know why I keep saying iconic. I should really stop. But she did this because she wants to be an actor. And I was like, wow, I think that's great. I think especially now during the pandemic, Broadway actors, at least I'm seeing, are more kind of switching to YouTube. At least Christina Albato. Oh my god. My brain just like died trying to say her name. Sorry. No offense. No, my brain just not working. I'll put, like, she was in Mean Girls on Broadway. She played Gretchen Wieners. And she has a YouTube channel now, which is, oh, I love it so much. Thank you. And like, Brie Larson also started a YouTube channel. I just think that, or becoming an influencer, I think that's just I think more and more like studios or companies are just like making people become influencers because why not? They don't see it as that much work, but I think it is. Like, I'm not like a bona fide full-time full-time. What does bona fide even mean? Whatever. So I don't even know what comes out of here. Like real full-time content creator, but I know it's work because I watch a bunch of content. Like, I'm hungry for more content, and I understand that it's a lot of work. Obviously not the hardest job in the world. I don't know what is, but probably not a YouTuber, but with any job it has its ups and downs. Oh my god, I got a job. I'm not sure if I said that, but I'm announcing it now. I might do a series or something about it, or like, I don't know, TBD. But yeah, I got a job. I'm working as a camp counselor every summer, so that's good. Sorry, I'll go back to the point. So she did it because she wanted to do acting, and she was auditioning for a bunch of student films and wasn't really getting that many. I think. I mean, that's just like how it goes. I know I audition sometimes, not that many times, but I audition and oh, I cannot. I mean, the self tapes, thank God, but also like, oh my gosh, my days are just kind of ruined sometimes if I do a bad take or if like it doesn't matter. Anyway, so it takes a lot of effort. So she's doing this because she wants to see if it would help with her acting. And spoiler alert, again, it did. Just the number of followers on this freaking app, on this device, made a difference in her acting. Or not like acting like abilities, but acting jobs. And I find that to be very interesting. I liked her the most. I think she was like, or not the most, but she was like the star of the documentary, at least in my eyes. She was crushing it. She got invited to like Boss Babes like events, like where they like all go together and are like taking cute photos, and it's like, like the lifestyle influencers, the beauty vloggers. She got invited to a couple of these events, and I was like, wow, this is entertaining because, oh my god, all these girls are fake. No offense, maybe a little. Maybe a little. These people just seem fake. Like, just sorry. Like, they're promoting, like, that culture is just like promoting diet pills, promoting like the tea that helps you lose weight. It just seems pretty fake to me. So I'm just like, why? Like, this is so good that they're like following her, and then they're like, they get put up in shitty hotel rooms like Rame, I don't know, but they have like shitty, like, contributes to fast fashion, and it's just like disgusting. Like, I was once younger, and I like followed a bunch of these people, and I downloaded the apps like Sheen, Rom, and I was like, I'm not even sure I'm saying that right. These fucking names, God, I hate them. And I was gonna like buy some like shitty stuff, and because I was like, wow, this person wore that, I want to look like that. Almost bought it. I was so close to buying it. Thank God my mom said no. I would have had some shitty clothes. Like, still, I don't throw shit away, so I would have still had it. And I don't know. I don't really appreciate that culture necessarily because it honestly kind of made me hate myself. Like, TBH. So I'm glad that they're kind of exposing that world. Because it's like the same boss babes. Like, like the MLMs. Not men loving men. Multi-level marketing. Men loving men, totally good. MLMs, men, multi-level marketing? No, 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 no. Arbonne? No, no, no. I have some friends. Sorry, if you're listening to this with peace and love, that is not a job. Let me be clear. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I sound harsh. But I just got 2 examples. This one girl, met in high school. We were like, so I was a freshman. I think she was a junior. I was just friends with everybody. I'm not sure if I'm a likable person, but I just talk to people. Because why not? Why not just, like, get to know everyone, but not remember their names? I remembered her Instagram name, but not her, like, real name. That sounds bad, because this is how much ingrained social media is in my head. I should, but, this one girl, not gonna say her name, because obvious reasons, might flip out, that might suck, but I met her junior year, or her junior, she was junior, I was a freshman, and we got kind of close, it was just like people that stayed after school, we were all just chilling, vibing, and I looked up to her being like, wow, she's like cool, I want to be like her when I get to be a junior. And then she left. Maybe she stayed senior year, but I don't know. I just never really talked to her again. But we had like not a weird relationship, but like I looked up to her type of relationship. But she was a role model for me. She was a good person. She was taking AP classes, and I was like, oh, AP classes, that's sick. You just meet people and you just, yeah. So anyway, so my senior year. So flash forward 3 years. Senior year, she was a sophomore in college. And I don't even remember where she went, but she DM'd me being like, hey, how's it going? How you been? Basically, with a bunch of emojis. And I was like, okay, you never, like she's like chill. Like, she's like a normal person. Not a boss babe before I knew her. And she was like, hey, how are you doing? We haven't spoken in like 2 years. And she kind of motivated me to like join more clubs and, just she was involved, and it kind of helped me get more involved, especially in my senior year, junior year, sophomore year, and my freshman year, kind of, and she was like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, why is she talking to me? Did she remember my existence and wants to say hi? Okay, hi. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm taking, like, this AP English class you took, and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, nice, nice, nice. Do you want to have a job? And I was like, at this time, like, I was a senior in high school. I was dealing with a lot. ASB, theater things, and, being a senior in high school. I get people, I'm proud of people that also work their senior year. I could never, I just have too many emotions. But she DM'd me and was like, hey, do you want a job? And I'm like, well, I guess. I didn't drive. I still don't drive. I'm trying to get my license now. I'm 19 years old. Thank you. And I said, like, no, not really. But then she was like, come on, come out. I'll pick you up and we'll like go to my office and you'll see how it is and blah blah blah. And this is when I knew I wanted to be a writer. She's like in some like off-brand like MLM, so like some shit. I don't even know what the hell. I forgot the name of this MLM, but it's one of them. And I was like no, straight up like no. And then like she said, wow, you're not even gonna support me. Like, you're not even gonna buy my shitty cosmetics. What the fuck is wrong with, like, she started like being mad at me. Like, I was probably like the tipping point for her, and she got mad. She was like, I shouldn't have even talked to you, such a loser freshman. And I was like, I was having a good day. Like, I was stressed out, and I was in theater, so theater rehearsals, I think like she texted me right before, and I was like not on my phone because I was like on stage. I'm not that good, so I was waiting and not on my phone, talking to people as you do. And I just got like a plethora of messages just being like, you don't even support me, and blah, 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 blah. And then she's like sent me a bunch of information. She like started out like with a hate comment, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I've known you for like 4 months maybe. Like, I saw you 3 times a week, hung out with you for like an hour each week. Realistically, not that much attachment, but the thing is that you are gaming me, who's a person that looked up to you, and trying to steal from me. Steal might be a bad word, but kind of bribing and making me feel bad for you. And I know this lady, she's like, you know, me, middle class, like, you're doing fine. You're doing fine, sweetie. Like, I don't know that for sure, but like, she got her a car for her 16th birthday. I mean, you know, only like people that can afford that do that. So anyway, that was just very eye-opening for me, and I just never, I don't not respond, I don't leave people on red, but I responded being like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, I felt like shit. I was a little 17-year-old, maybe even like 16. Like, I turned 17 my senior year, so I don't remember exactly when this was. And I was like, I felt so bad. But I just know I'm not giving my credit card information to this psychopath that I don't really know. Thank God I was smart enough. But not saying she wasn't smart enough, but that's how they recruit people. She was gonna make me go to her thing and then recruit me, and then I would be like at the bottom of the barrel. And people that do MLMs don't get that much money unless you start like in 2009. And just a complete fucking bullshit. So having that experience made me like, I didn't unfollow her because I just don't do that. I mean, I think any sane person would have, but I just didn't, and just kind of ignored her messages. That was one of my experiences with MLMs, and that was pretty early on because MLMs mainly target like young women. There's other types of MLMs that one of my guy friends was in, and I really want to make fun of him, but I can't because he just didn't have the experience that I had senior year of high school. He got tricked into an MLM. I think that's what, for like some gym fucking code thing, and I was like, dude, you're wasting your money because no one's gonna pay for your thing. And he did it his freshman year, and by my freshman year of college, he did it for his freshman year of college. We're same grade. I want to make fun of him so bad, but I just know that's not right. You can make fun of me. I'm fine. My ego's fine. I think his ego's fine. But it's just like, I think about it often being like, damn, if I ever get invited to his wedding, I'm for sure telling this story and to everyone I meet. Because he's just such an idiot. But I know, you just didn't know, and I get it. It was just so funny because he was like, it's not a scam. And I was like, because I gave him proof from like what happened my senior year. It was that summer, like basically going into his freshman year. He got like in part of this MLM, and I was like, oh God, he's like my childhood friend. I should like message him, being like, hey, get out of this. Like, I know his whole family. Like, I know him. Like, you know, known him for like 10 years, and I'm like, okay, I should like tell him that this is a scam. Cause like after getting attacked, after like getting those messages from an MLM, it made me so invested in hating them. Like, just so pissed off that people are taking advantage of normally like low income families. And also like this one MLM, Arbonne, I'll get into them. They target military families, and by military families, obviously military families, maybe not obviously, but one or two of the parents are like gone. They're like war or something. I don't know what's going on with the military, but it's normally they target like not a single mother because the husband's war, guns, stuff. I don't know. I would never. And so they target them. And normally, I'm not sure if you know this. I don't know if I even know this, but military people don't get paid as much. I think. I don't know. It depends. But like, there's a lot of people there, and anyway, they're just targeting like people that are easily manipulated, like on their emotions. They're like, oh, your husband's out in blah, blah, blah. I don't know, something. Your husband's away. Don't you want to like buy him something nice? Don't you want to have a side job from home? Don't you want to work from home and make money? All you're doing is just selling these great smoothie products or whatever, and the mom's home being like, dang, I feel bad because like probably their kid has been moving. I'm just projecting. I mean, not projecting, but I'm just implying that probably the kid moved around a lot, and the kid feels bad that they don't have their dad or mom or whoever home, and the single mom, but like abandoned mom is home, is like, dang, I should probably get another job because that's like what you do if you make money to make more money. Love that American dream. But it's just like so fucked. Like, it's so fucked. Anyway, my friend got hooked on an MLM, and I just reached out to him being like, hey, you're being scammed. Like straight up, because I did research on MLMs and Tiffany Ferguson. I think like after I was like over my whole MLM phase, like hating MLMs, like reading all the articles, watching the videos, so anti MLMs. I wanted to take it down because I'm also, this is like probably when I spiked about hating sororities. I think I first hated it because it's called Greek life, and I'm Greek, like actually Greek, like Greece. It's so like they don't understand. They can't understand that my ethnicity is Greek. Like it just took. Oh man. Sorry, I get really worked up over this. But MLMs are like kind of rampant in sororities, or at least like this couple sororities that I knew of. A couple of them, couple. Not everyone, but like a few. A few of the people I know, and I met a bunch of people in college, and I'm still in college. Like you just meet people, and they'd be like, "Yeah, I have a side business," and it's like, "Oh, that's cool." And then you like figure out, "Oh, it's an MLM." Oh shit. Ah. But I was like totally, like, especially the first couple months of college, I was so anti MLMs, and I just texted my friend being like, "Hey, you should like get out of this ASAP." And he eventually did, so good on ya. It was so funny because he swore to God he was like, "This isn't a scam," and I'm like, "How much money did you make this month?" And he was like, "None." And I was like, how much money did you raise? And he was like, 400. And he was like, "Well, why didn't you pay?" And I'm like, "Bitch, this is just gonna be a cycle. If I gave you more money, that would give you more incentive to stay. Because your money's not going to you. Your money's going to the top, and you're just making pennies." Like, ugh. And I was so shocked. Like, the difference between men MLMs and women MLMs. Like, the fucking packaging. Oh, my God. It's about, like, razors. Think about razors. We all shave, okay? Okay? You don't have to if you don't want to. But, like, or like shampoo or like deodorant. Like deodorant smells for women are like daisies, roses, blah blah blah. Men it's like beer, wood. Ugh. I don't know why my voice is doing that, but it's different marketing and just exploring that side of the men MLMs of like steroids, and it's the same fucking shit as the vitamin thing, same shit, but the marketing and the packaging, like if you're not getting this, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's like muscle milk. I'm not sure if it's muscle milk. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Sorry, muscle milk. Don't come for me. Like, I'm just telling a story. But it's like that thing was like, so like, "Oh, if you don't do this, you won't bulk up like me." And this kid, like, I've known him for 10 years. He's like this scrawny 5'3", 5'2", I think at the time, 5 whatever, short, like 100-pound kid. And he's like posting these like things like, "If you don't have this, you won't be strong like me. Trust me, my guys." Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude. Oh, it's so funny. I hope I still have the screenshots of when he posted it. Because I was concerned. As a concerned friend, you want to make sure that your friend is not being scammed. Anyway, getting back to the second story of MLMs. I met someone in the beginning of my freshman year who, like, told me about their side business, and I was like, "Oh, it's an MLM." And I mental note to, like, stay away. Not from her, but just, like, whenever time she talks about it, everyone would be so impressed, being like, "Whoa, wow, oh my God, can't believe like, your work sounds so cool, sign me up." Like, and I was like, "Oh God." So, I, like, my personal friends that I haven't met through her, I, like, debrief them before talking to her. No offense to this person. It's just, like, don't, like, it's the, so I would just love to see my response to these conversations, because I've been in these conversations at least 9 times. At least. I think like 10. I think double dig. So, I just find them to be extremely funny, just like seeing my reaction, because I go from like it just, I shift completely, because I know that they're trying to scam this person that I just am introducing to someone. Like, this is just so total shit. Like, I want to totally go undercover runs an MLM and expose them. That'd be such a great story. No one take that story. I'm writing it, kind of. We'll see. Oh my God. But it just pisses me off so much. Like, so much. Anyway, Tiffany Ferguson made a great video, and I probably rewatched it like once a week back then, because it was just so rampant, especially the people I was hanging out with. I mean, maybe that's on me, but also it's kind of on them. And it just was so funny because he's like, yeah, I'm a college student and I have 2 jobs. And like one was working at Starbucks and the other one was like ripping people off. Anyway, this girl like asked me to join and I was like, yeah, kind of just, yeah, blowing her off kind of. And this is at a point where like the company shift, I still follow her. Like, still friends. Also it's saying that the first girl, sorry, around this time, the girl, the girl that I first mentioned, who was an MLM, who I met my freshman year, she eventually left the MLM like right before the pandemic. And I'm like, good for you, girl. I just wanted to clear that up now. But getting back to the story, sorry. This girl, not gonna say her name. I'm so close in my head. One time DM'd me, and so I saw her in person. So this is like we met like over summer-ish, kind of like that, like cusp of my freshman year, and this was like 7 months later, not even, maybe a little bit less. But like I don't really see her. We don't have any classes together. She's like older than me. I don't know what year she is, but she's older than me. And I don't have any classes with her. She's not really like hanging out with the people I'm hanging out with now. Cause I hung out with a bunch of different types of people in the beginning. Had a bunch of different cliques, kind of not really cliques, but like friend groups. And I didn't really hang out with like her friend group anymore because people drift apart. I was focusing more on school. I gotta get all A's, and I did my first semester. I'm like, not trying to brag, but maybe a little bit. So I was more so focusing on my studies, and my classes weren't necessarily getting harder. I was a freshman, but I was just kind of, required more reading. And it was like stuff I was really interested in, especially my linguistics class. Love that. Love that shit. Love that. So I was like going to the library a bunch. I was staying after school and like doing my homework and again taking photos for like I stayed all day. So there's like been 2 hours or so where I was just like on campus, and she saw me one time and I was like, hey. And the next day she DM'd me being like, hey, do you want to buy some products? And I'm like, no. Like I straight up said no. And she was like, oh, okay, yes. But do you want to do this? And she was like, yeah. I said no. Like I straight up said no. Like no means no. As we all know. Thank you. And I straight up said no. And she was like, well, do you want to do this instead? And you want to come to the event? Just trying to recruit people. And I was like, that sounds great, but no, I'm busy. Like I was busy. Like this is the same month that I was doing like 8 photo shoots. And I was like busy AF. And then she was like, okay, do you mind if I DM a friend of yours? And I was like, why do you need my permission? Just like, it was just kind of weird. Like, I don't really care. Because I didn't really know what it was about, and I was like, there's no way she's just gonna DM, like, a person that I know, and she doesn't even know. But, she did. She straight up DM'd my friend and was like, hey, I forget the exact words, so maybe my friend might be better at telling the story, but to my recollection, she was like, hey, you need some diet pills. Like, probably a lot nicer, a lot more emojis, but that was, like, fucked up. Like, a friend that I know, she DM'd her, saying, like, Athena sent me. And it's like, I did not send you. I just didn't say no, because it's, like, a free country, kind of. And do whatever you want. I don't get why she asked my permission to, like, DM my friend. And I'm like, I just wanted to get out of the conversation, like the Instagram message conversation, to DM my friend, and my friend got pissed off at me. Because, like, yeah, from her point of view, I indirectly said that she needs to lose weight by asking another friend of mine to DM her. And it's like, why on earth would I do that? A. And B, that's so fucked. Like, you really think that I would do that? I would not do that. That's so... So, anyway. And I haven't really spoken to this person who DM'd my friend, I haven't really spoken to this person for about, like, before the pandemic, a year and a half, basically. A little bit less. So, that was just... yikes. That's my experience with MLMs. And the reason I bring it up is because the main girl in Fake Famous, she kind of gets part of that world of, like, the beauty influencers and all of that. And I find it to be so funny because I'm not sure if she was acting. She's a good actor, I guess, if it wasn't true. But like, she was like, yeah, I do this, I do that. And like being really fake. Like, I hope she gets an Oscar one day because that was so good. But I genuinely believe that she like switched. But it's called acting, I guess. Um, and that's what's so great about the third person because she actually became an influencer. And spoiler alert, sorry, I burped kind of. Spoiler alert, she got more acting gigs because of her Instagram followers, which I think is interesting. As a person who I've been doing acting now for almost 4 years, and that made me like a little bit more heartbroken because like people aren't being seen just for their talents; they're also caring about a number. And I think what kind of shows me that is all these TikTokers being put in movies. No offense to Netflix, I love you, buddy, but they're making a remake of She's All That with He's All That, called He's All That with Addison Rae. I don't know her acting abilities, but I'm not trying to assume anything. But I said at the beginning, I don't think some TikTokers have that much talent. And I don't know, we'll see. I like She's All That. And the remakes of anything aren't really good. So can't wait to give that half a star on Letterboxd. I'm not saying I'm gonna come into it with that mindset, but that's just my mindset right now. I'll probably shift it if I see some positive reviews about it. Also, Netflix just said The Hype House is getting a reality show. So, okay. I might watch that for a video on my main channel. Maybe. We'll see. TBD. Okay. That was kind of like the points I wanted to bring up about Fake Famous. I know I didn't really talk about Fake Famous, but it was just interesting how they kind of exposed that aspects and how like easy it is to buy Instagram followers. And the question is, would I ever do it? Put your guess in the comments below. But no, if I ever get to that point, like yell at me, like play this clip, like send this clip to me, make sure I watch it. Cause like, I hope I'm gonna be a genuine person. I know people change with fame, you know, moving to LA and people change. But I already live in LA, so I hope, not to flex, but I live in Valley, so it's fine. So I hope I don't change even if I get like a portion of wealth or fame, whatever the heck. Like getting like 2,000 views, I felt like that's my peak. I'm done. Like I'm good. And I was like, I was glad because my mindset wasn't like, only. And like I'm like shocked. So I hope that my mentality stays the same. To the director and writer and producer of Fake Famous, I hope that you do it again. I don't think I gave it that good review, but I think it like I made my mom watch it, right? And I think that this was a good documentary to kind of show to your parents about what it's like in the YouTube and like social media landscape. Even though it wasn't about YouTube, it was directly about Instagram. But I think the whole thing about the pink wall and just the facets of it, like the niches of it, was an interesting take. But I think I would rather like that just be like the opening to like a docu-series about influencer culture. Like if someone goes undercover or something kind of like this and we're rooting for this person to get followers and or like you know there's been media companies in the past that make fake YouTubers. For all you know, there could be like 10 people behind the camera. There's not. Like I swear there's not. Like on God. There's not. But there's like fake people that just do that. And I think as a concept, as a documentary about trying to make an interesting take about social media, I think that would have been more interesting. Or talk about something more than just Instagram. Talk about TikTok. Talk about YouTube, Twitter. You know, like they're like companies on Twitter, like Wendy's. Remember them when they were roasting us? Imagine if someone just takes like a little small like ice cream shop and just starts like roasting the shit out of people or doing something unique on social media. I think that would have said something more. I get the whole thing about being fake famous, but I think that also could kind of play into how manipulative it is and also how like fast and quick like this whole social media landscape is. Like I reference something that could die the next day. So it's just an interesting place, the internet. I don't know if you've heard of it. So yeah, I hope that that guy makes another documentary thing. I just think they were too focused on the idea of social media and not really saying much about it at all. It was definitely a good documentary to show your parents, because I talked to my dad about like social media things, being like, yeah, because like I'm trying to stay up in the world of the creator landscape, the creator industry, whatever. Because I think it's good to know about how this field's going to grow. Like one big thing, Elle Mills. I'm not sure if you know of her, but look her up on YouTube. She just also I just mentioned about the Hype House. Did I say reality house? Hype House is getting their own show on Netflix. Addison Rae, star of He's All That, She's All That remake. That's insane. These people made their own careers by making like some shit on their phone. Like that was it. Take it out of it. It's just some kid, usually kids, sitting or dancing, whatever, onto a phone, press upload, famous. Not that easy. I don't know. I just think it's just interesting to as we're all in the fight for attention or engagement, eyes, basically attention. Views, likes, it's just attention. Like we're competing with blockbuster movies on who gets the most eyes on them. Not directly competing with them. Like my video is not like up there with the Marvel movie or whatever, but it's just interesting. We're competing for attention. And traditional media has to shift. Cable's dying. The people that are gonna make a better tomorrow, or at least like make a shit ton of money, maybe not better tomorrow, but just they're conceited. The people that are making us like entertainment have to be on the lookout for like new creators, and like YouTube is a massive platform. Like that's just insane, the amount of eyeballs on that app that go to that app consistently for their entertainment, for news, for anything. So I think that capitalizing, and maybe a bad word, but I think used here on that can really help in anything. Not maybe on anything, but I think in like the movie business and blah 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 blah. Anyway, the reason I bring this up is because I enjoyed Fake Famous, and I think that I don't even know why I have to say it. The reason I bring all this up and I wanted to talk about Fake Famous is because that's what I want to do in this podcast. Just talk about whatever I think, and I think a lot about the creator industry. So why not just talk about it? And there was a documentary that came out kind of about it recently, and I wanted to see my points about it and to spread some tea and story time and love, with peace and love. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's been it. I've been talking for way too long. I liked how I said I'm gonna keep these episodes shorter, but then I couldn't shut up. So that is great. New podcast soon. I'm gonna be doing this with my mic. Oh, that was sick. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for watching / listening. If you learned anything new, if you want me to talk about anything more, just remember I am an idiot, but I have a loud mouth, so I will. Email me. You know the email if you've listened this far. So just do it. Why not? You won't. So do it. Yeah. Okay. Also, sorry, now that you're here, I'm probably going to be talking about more movies. I am film major, screenwriting major specifically, but film in general. I will probably be talking about more movies as this podcast goes forward. So if you don't want me to do that, or if you do, email me again. Sorry. Okay. Bye.